Hi and welcome to cheekyricho's smoky baked beans. On a recent trip to Disneyland, we tried these actually in Disneyland in a restaurant there, and it was absolutely delicious. So I sorted it all out and found it at another restaurant, and I simply had to come home and share it with you. We've got some borlotti beans here, just the dried variety. I haven't even soaked those. We're going to be cooking these in the Cook4Me, the T4 Cook4Me. And I've got some black beans too, because that's what they had in their recipe. I just want to show you this little thing for sealing bags here. It's really good if you're going camping. They're only really quite light. Normally I put these into a container, but you just fold it over like so. And if you're camping and you're going to be using things quite quickly, you just slip it over like so. It excludes all of the air. Get the beans out of it, of course. And it takes up a lot less room in your camp box. They come in all different sizes, but they're a very handy thing, and they're really quite a cheap thing to take when you're camping. We're using canned tomatoes, just Italian tomatoes with their juice. We're using some prepared tomato paste, brown sugar. Now this is liquid smoke. I've showed you this before. That's sort of what it looks like. You can buy it in specialty food stores and probably online. Actually, you can buy it online. Onions, fresh tomatoes, last thing. Don't put them in just yet. I've got some apple cider vinegar here, some bacon. Leave the rind on the bacon because it goes all gelatinous and sticky, but we are going to brown it off first to release some of the flavour. A couple of stock cubes, a couple of cloves of garlic. Now, when you want to store your tomato paste, if you just store that like that in the fridge, you can pour olive oil over the top of it, but that's going to make it a bit oily. To store that in the fridge so that it doesn't go green and mouldy, because you've got to use this stuff really quite quickly, even though it is preserved, tap it down like so and store it upside down. Make sure the lid is on it properly, but that will stop it from going mouldy when you open it up. See? There's no air, and that's what sends it manky. So store it like that upside down in the fridge. It's not going to leak anywhere because it's sealed, and that way you'll have a lot less waste. So that's just a handy tip for you. Now to our Cook4Me, we are going to add our bacon. Just turn it on, and we're going to use the manual function. Turn our dial down to manual. You see that? Manual, and press OK. Now we want to brown it, so we turn our dial to browning and press OK. Now that'll heat up for a couple of minutes, get the pan hot. The pan is actually removable for washing, which is really easy. When that's preheated, and it will tell you when it's preheated, we're going to send in our bacon and stir it with a silicone spatula because we don't want to damage the non-stick surface. Okay, we've sufficiently preheated now. Its bars of lights have gone along to show you that. Now we're going to send in our bacon. You can see that sitting. We're going to render some of the fat out of that and just brown it off a little bit. That'll sort of caramelise and start the cooking process. Now this has been browning for about 2 minutes now, and you can see that it's rendered out a little bit of that fat, and there's a bit of colour on that bacon. We're going to send in our onions now. This is just one large onion that's just been roughly diced, so send that in now, and we're going to continue browning that. Same thing, to release some of the sugars out of that onion. We're not adding the garlic yet because it will brown and it will get bitter and it will burn, so that gets put in with the liquid at the last minute to impart its delicious flavour. Give that another 2 minutes or so. Okay, 2 minutes down the track, and we have got some quite translucent onion with a little bit of colour on it as well. We're going to send in our borlotti beans now, our little black beans. Give them a stir around as well. In goes our tomato paste, and we're just going to cook the rawness off that. It's nicer if you just sort of brown that off a little bit as well. So we're just mixing that all around. Now the liquid to cook the beans is going to come from the canned tomatoes. So juice and all, in they go. Now this has only been going for 5 minutes, and this is what you should have. So nowhere near cooked, obviously. Now in with our canned tomatoes. Juice and all, they've been diced. You can use one with herbs if you like. Just a bit of a mix around. This is going to be so rich and delicious. In with our vinegar. Our stock cubes can go in now. They'll just melt down. Our liquid smoke. If you can't get that, use a nice smoky sauce. Our brown sugar goes in now. Plenty of freshly cracked black pepper. You could put chili in here if you like, but Richo will have a sook if I do that. And our garlic can go in now. So use a bottle variety if you like. It's up to you, whatever's easiest. Now I've just rinsed that tin out with a little bit of water because that juice is only going in the bin otherwise. Give it a stir all around. We're going to close the lid and put it on the quick cook function, which will cook it for 10 minutes. Then we're going to stir it and test the beans and adjust the seasoning. Shouldn't be too long now. So just close our lid Lock it. Turn our dial to quick cook. You can't brown it with the lid on, so you've got to turn that off. So go back. Yes, we want to stop I want to stop the browning. Okay. And then I'm going to go to quick cooking and press OK. And that's going to cook for 10 minutes. And then we're going to give it a stir and test it. Okay, our 10 minutes is up. We're just going to open this now. It's on the keep warm function. And you can see how delicious and syrupy this is. And how thick and rich it is. It smells amazing. You can smell it all through the house. Now these beans aren't cooked yet, so we're going to give it another 10 minutes, but I just wanted to give it a stir and see if we needed to add any more liquid. But I'll have a little taste and we'll see how far off those beans are. Okay, they're quite chewy. 10 more minutes will just finish them beautifully. I don't need to add any more liquid. As you can see, there's a lot more sauce than there is beans. The beans probably aren't going to get much bigger, but they will absorb that flavour and it'll be absolutely divine. So pop it back down, close our lid again, and set it for another 10 minutes on quick cooking. It's got a little dew collector on the back of it, which is saying that I should empty. You see there's a little bit of water in the bottom of that? It doesn't want it to overflow, so just tip that out, pop it back in again. Take it up to continue cooking, okay, and we want to cook it for another 10 minutes. Okay, our other 10 minutes is up. It's gone into the end of cooking mode where it releases its steam safely so that you can undo the lid. It will actually hold in the keep warm function for quite some time if that's what you like. But we're ready to serve this and I'm going to show you how delicious this is. Now, I can't take you to Disneyland, but I can take you to another magical place, and that is inside this T4 Cook4Me with our fully loaded beans. Now, it's just released the lock. I can open it now, pop it open. Oh my. Look what we have here. Oh, they've plumped up, thick and rich and hearty. Oh my. Now normally you'd soak these beans overnight. You can do that if you like and that'll speed up the cooking process, but the T4 Cook4Me cooks it absolutely beautifully. Let's take a few out. Incredibly hot. I'm going to give it another 10 minutes. Okay, after a further 10 minutes, it's bubbly hot. You can see those beans have swollen up. They've held their shape beautifully. Taste. Oh. Outstanding. There is so much flavour in that pot, you can smell it through the whole house. Beans are nice and tender, but they've held their shape. Hope you enjoyed this little cooking demonstration of Cheeky Richo's fully loaded beans. If you'd like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, just check out our Cheeky Richo channel. And don't forget to please subscribe and do come back and visit us again soon. We've got so much more to show you and we're uploading lots of videos every week. And thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Yum yum. Sweet, smoky, sticky. The bacon sort of melted into the sauce. It's absolutely divine. And look how thick and hearty it is. Now this is purely optional, and this isn't what they do in Disneyland, but I've got some fresh tomato here. We're just going to fold that through for a little extra freshness and flavour. It's not going to cook, it's just going to add a little bit of textural interest and a little colour. Okay, we're just serving this with some steak, bacon, char grilled asparagus, and a fresh garden salad. Put some of that fresh tomato on there. Comfort food at its best. Thanks for watching.